नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Assalamu alaikum. Hi my dear friends, my name is Saoud Masood. This is my YouTube channel. Today I am discussing, my topic is energy. So let's start our video. What is energy? Well, according to physics, energy is in everything. It's often described as the ability to do work. Almost all food energy comes originally from sunlight. The chemical elements that make up the molecules of living things pass through food webs and are combined and recombined. At each link, some energy is stored, but much energy is lost along the way in the form of heat into the environment. So let's look at a few examples of energy use in our everyday life. The first example is when you switch on the TV, the electrical energy is used to create pictures on the screen and the sound. The second type is when we eat food, our body uses chemical energy embodied in the food to move around. Most of the electricity produced in the world comes from the chemical energy released in the burning of coal, oil or gas. So every time something gets warm, cools down, grows, makes a sound, moves, or changes in any way, it uses energy. But what about a book on a table not moving? The book still has energy, but it is just not using it. Science classifies energy into two categories. The first one is kinetic energy and the second one is potential energy. So first we will discuss about kinetic energy. So what is kinetic energy? We can say that kinetic energy is the energy which is stored in a body due to its motion. Like a moving bus has kinetic energy. Water in the river can flow things in it because the water in the river has kinetic energy. So the second one is potential energy. What is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy which is stored in a body due to its position. Example is when we stretch a rubber band, we give it a position. The energy which is stored in it is potential energy. So there are many kinds of potential energy and also kinetic energy. So we will discuss some of them. The first type of kinetic energy is electrical energy. So what is electrical energy? Electrical energy is the movement of electrical charges. We know that everything is made up of atoms, which in turn are made up of a positive nucleus surrounded by negative electrons. Applying a force can make some of the electrons to move. This is both we use electricity in our homes and lightning. The third type of the second type of kinetic energy is radiant energy. So what is radiant energy? Radiant energy is the electromagnetic energy that moves in waves. This includes both visible light and X-rays and in radio waves also. The third type of kinetic energy is sound energy. Sound energy is a wave that comes out from a source as a result of molecules on an vibrating object. The fourth type of kinetic energy is motion energy. What is motion energy? The energy which an object possesses because of its motion is called motion energy. It is reliant on the mass of an object and the velocity at which it moves. Example: imagine being hit by a ping pong ball that has being rolled along the ground, which is less in mass and also velocity. Compared with the cricket hardball that is high in velocity and also high in mass. The cricket ball will hurt you more when it hits you because then when it comes to rest. So this was the fourth type of kinetic energy. Now we will discuss about the potential energy. So the first form of potential energy is gravitational energy. So what is gravitational energy? The gravitational energy is commonly known as gravity. So gravity, objects that are in the gravitational field of the earth will fall toward like this. The amount of stored energy depends on the mass and the height above the earth. Example: a pen is sitting on your desk has less gravitational potential energy than a person on the top of a building. So So the second type of potential energy is elastic energy. Objects that are stretched or squeezed have or had a force applied to them and use that and store energy from that force. Example is stretching of springs or rubber bands. The third type of potential energy is chemical energy. Chemical energy is the energy stored in the bonds of an atom that holds the atom together. And when the bonds are broken, energy is released, and then the chemical energy the chemical energy will change to potential energy. No, kinetic energy. Sorry. We will discuss about it later. That the potential energy can be changed into kinetic energy. So the fourth type of potential energy is nuclear energy. The energy which is stored in the nucleus, I mean center of an atom, is called nuclear energy. When either the nucleus is split apart or the nuclei are combined together, it's called nuclear fusion. Energy is released. So the power plants used nuclear power do so by the fusion of uranium atoms. So this was the fourth form of potential energy. So we learned about the types of these two categories of energy. So that there is another thing, that energy can be changed into between potential and kinetics. So an example is water at the top of a hill has potential energy, but as the water begins to fall, the potential energy will change to kinetic energy. It is this process that we utilize when we create energy from hydropowers. We harness the kinetic energy of the water for our own use. So this was our topic about energy, and we learned about the different kinds of potential energy and different kinds of kinetic energy. So there might be different measurement units for measuring these kinds of energy. Yes, there are, but some of the most common measurement units for energy are joule, calorie, therm, horsepower, kilowatts hour, and megajoules. So we learned about energy, types of energy, categories of energy, and the measurement units of energy. So this was our topic. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you never miss an update from us.